Good afternoon, students. Uh, my name is Professor Tushar Kawatker. I am working as an assistant professor in Mechanical Engineering Department of Finolex Academy and Management and Technology, Ratnagiri. Today, I am making this video particularly to explain you how to acquire the data with the help of a NI and LabVIEW. So basically, we'll be understanding or we'll be studying the first experiment, which is called as data acquisition of mechanical system. Now basically we are using cantilever beam as a mechanical system. So it becomes data acquisition of a mechanical system, that is a cantilever beam, using National Instruments, that is NI. If you talk about the objective, the first objective is that to, to introduce the student with National Instruments, LabVIEW and sensors like accelerometer, vibrometer, velometer, etc. Then we'll also understand how to acquire the data from mechanical system and how to represent the output data. So basically we'll be studying these two objectives with the help of this setup. So first of all I will explain the setup. Now as I earlier said that we are acquiring the data from the mechanical system using NI. So this is the mechanical system, that is a cantilever beam. You can see that at the free end of the cantilever beam there is a primary sensing element which is called as a accelerometer. Now accelerometer is basically a primary sensing element which works on the principle called as a piezoelectric effect, and already we have studied in the mechanical vibrations that it is a high frequency transducer. Okay, basically transducer is a device which converts one form of signal into the another form of signal, that is a mechanical signal into the electrical signal. So if you see in this particular for a video, you can see that if I am giving a tap to the free end of the cantilever beam, the beam will start vibrating. Okay, so these vibrations are sensed in the form of acceleration by this accelerometer. Then this accelerometer at the one end is connected to the free end of the cantilever beam. Then this is a BNC cable. So with the help of this BNC cable, the BNC cable is connected to the another end at the vibration module. Okay, now you can see okay, now this is the vibration module which is called as NI9234 sound and a vibration module. So this module is particularly used to acquire the data from the mechanical vibrating system. Okay, so this NI923 module has a 4 ports. You can see 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so basically the another end of the BNC cable, the one end which is connected to accelerometer and the another end is connected to this one of the port. Basically these ports are used for interfacing the software with the real systems. So what is a real system? Real system is this cantilever beam, and this real system we are interfacing with the software, and to interface the real system with the software you have to connect it with the software. So let us say you are connecting to the 0 port, so accordingly you have to select the port to the PC LabVIEW software. Okay, so now this mod NI 9234 sound and vibration module. So why I have selected this module? Because my system is a mechanical vibrating system, so accordingly we have to select this vibration module which is NI9234, and I am connecting it to the chassis. Now this is a chassis which is called as a NI9174. Okay, so this is a NI9174 chassis where we have connected this sound and vibration module. Now again you can see this is a data cable, output data cable, which is connected to the chassis, and this output data cable is connected to this PC LabVIEW software. Okay, now we'll understand how to acquire the data. Okay, now I have already explained you the so let us understand how to acquire the data. So first of all we'll start with the PC LabVIEW software. Okay, so already I have connected this LabVIEW software, that is I have connected this software to the real system. Now we will understand how to acquire the data. So here you can click on the file and new VI. So the two windows will get open. Then make a Control T. Okay, Now you can find the two workspace. The one is a blank workspace. So right click on the blank workspace, and there's the option called as a measurement. So from the measurement you will get a NI-DAQ max and DAQ assistant. So I am selecting this DAQ assistant. So why I am selecting this DAQ assistant? Because this DAQ assistance is a function which is used to acquire the data from the mechanical vibrating system. My real system is a mechanical vibrating system, that is a cantilever beam. So if I have to acquire that data to the software, I require a function which is nothing but a DAQ assistance. Okay, then you will get a window called as acquire signals. Now we have to acquire the signals. See, we are acquiring the data. So click here, then obviously analog input. Now you can see you can find a number of options: voltage, temperature, strain, current, resistance, frequency, position, sound pressure, acceleration. Now obviously we are acquiring the data, that is a mechanical vibrations, and we have connected the exometer. So we are acquiring the data, that is a primary sensing element is the exometer. So I will be selecting acceleration. So once you select acceleration, I have already explained you that the another end of this exometer is connected to which port. So accordingly we can interface the real system with the software. So I have connected it to the 0 port. So select 0 and click on the finish. Okay, now one window will get open where you have to fix the sensitivity of an instrument. So depending upon the application, you can keep the sensitivity. Here I am keeping as 100. Then samples. So see, finally we will be getting some graph. Either we will be getting a time response graph, or either we will be getting a frequency response graph. Okay, so let us select continue sample. Samples to read. So how many samples you want, how many values you want. So I can keep as a 2K. So rate, there is a frequency, you have to fix some frequency. So accordingly I am fixing the frequency to 1K. Okay, so once I fixed, you can say it is OK. Okay, now you can see in the workspace the VI will start building. Means what? Whatever we have done in the real system, so that will be represented over here. You can see how it is represented. Okay, you can see how it is represented. So now I will just enlarge it to understand you better. Okay, so here you can see there is a DAQ assistance data. It is a function which is used to acquire the data from a mechanical system. Then here you will see some signal, and you can right click here. After clicking right here, you will have an option create. So in create, you will go to the graph indicator. Okay, so now here you can see there is a graph indicator which is so on the y-axis you have an amplitude, and on the x-axis you have a time. So what it means that it is a time response analysis graph. So whatever the graph we will be getting, obviously in the mechanical vibrations we have studied, there are different types of systems like underdamped system, overdamped system, critically damped system, or undamped system. So basically there are two types of nature. Either it will be exponential nature, or either it will be in the oscillatory nature. So graph will be either oscillatory, or the graph will be either exponential. So in this case, obviously we are studying the free vibrations of a mechanical. Now free vibrations of a cantilever beam or a mechanical system. So obviously here you will be getting a oscillatory graph. Okay, so for that oscillatory graph, so here there is an option called as the run. You have to click on the run, and then we will give a small tap. So you can see how we are giving a tap. So tap means what? We are creating a vibrations, that is at the free end of the. Okay, so once you give the tap at the free end of this, okay, you can see whatever the vibrations are created, so that has been represented in this time response graph. Okay, so here we have to we have to acquire this graph. So accordingly we will acquire as we are giving the. Okay, so let us say I am making a stop over here, and now I have got a time response graph. Okay, now once you have got a time response graph, you can see that initially the amplitude is large and the amplitude goes on decreasing. So what it means that, so we know that there are two types of system. One is a transient system and second is a steady state system. So every system initially passes to the transient response means, what do you mean by the transient? The output behaves or changes with respect to time, or there is a change in the output with respect to time. And steady state means what? There is no, the output becomes constant. Okay, so every system passes to the transient successfully and reaches the steady state. So means what? The system regains its original position. So here you can see at the initial level the vibrations are more, the amplitude is more, and as the amplitude goes on decreasing, okay, so the system will move to the steady state system. So this system can be called as a stable system. So with the help of this graph we can analyze the system. Okay, so how we can analyze now? So you can right click over here. Once you are clicking a right click, okay, here you can see the option export. From export you can export a simplified image. Okay, so from simplified image you can save this file to this one. Okay, so you can save this file to anywhere. Let us say you are saving it to the desktop. Okay, give the name to the file. Let us give the name to the file to say time response graph. Okay, and then you can see save. Okay, similarly you can export the data also, export data to the Excel. So I can get a Excel data also, so then we will understand the data also. Okay, so now I will close this and you can see, we'll open this. Now you can see, yeah, so this is a simplified image. Now you can see the graph, the amplitude versus time. Okay, so now with the help of this graph you can do the analysis. For example, you can find out the logarithmic decrement del, you can find out the zeta, that is the damping ratio. So obviously you know that there are oscillations, the behavior is oscillatory, so obviously the value of the zeta will be greater than 0 and less than the 1, and this system will be underdamped system because the value of zeta will be greater than 0 and less than 1, and the behavior is oscillating behavior. So in this way we can acquire the data with the help of a LabVIEW systems. Okay.